Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our maiden voyage of our program we call Players Prep, and we are your hosts, Brad Hopkins, Jared Morris, and Maurice Patton, and we are up here in Hendersonville, beautiful Tennessee, talking to Coach Bruce Hatfield, the lead in charge of these commandos here. We're in the Iron Bunker, if you will. We're having a conversation with this coach because he got a big game coming up this weekend against Riverdale. Coach, first off, being on the road, tough environment. Just talk about what you've done to get your kids ready to this point.
It is tough. Anytime you go on the road, you want to make sure that they have all of your I's and your T's and all of that kind of stuff taken care of. But going there to Tomahawk Stadium is a serious deal because they win most of their football games there. So we try to communicate that to them and get them ready. But I'm not sure they're really going to realize what they're in for until we step foot off the bus.
Coach, I've always been fascinated by the wing T offense, and you guys run it like very few other folks. Traditionally, that's kind of been an equalizer type offense for teams that maybe aren't as athletically talented. Obviously, that's not the case with you guys, but what is it that you guys like about it, and how have y'all been able to be so explosive with it?
Well, we've done it for over 35 years here at Hendersonville, and luckily we've been successful at it because of our coaches and players. Coach Adelot at Riverdale is the master of the wing T, so he's going to know how to stop it as well.
Coach, you mentioned that you have multiple guys that you can give the ball to. Talk about how important the team chemistry that you have is and how important that's going to be going into a hostile environment where you're going to see a lot of fans that are going up against you. You got to keep that team chemistry, team bond together.
That's a great question. Those are the things that we talk about the most, is that you're going to have to care about the guys next to you, and we're going to play hard for one another because that's important. That counts when you go into an atmosphere like Tomahawk Stadium. And so as much as we talk about executing in every phase, we talk about we're going to play hard for one another, and I'm going to love my brother. And I know that sounds corny, but cohesion and chemistry are key when you go into a tough environment.
We're here at Henderson High School talking with Coach Bruce Hatfield, and Coach, I know it's your job to basically keep the conversation down about being undefeated, things of that nature, but it's our job here to bring it up. So your team is right now undefeated, 5-0. We talked about it briefly last night. What does that mean, if anything, to your squad?
Nothing, I hope. We don't talk about it, and it's one of those things where I think our players understand that Riverdale is going to be a huge test for us, and we hope that they're excited about that challenge. And so that's just the next step in this whole process. Don't get me wrong, we're very excited where we are right now record-wise. It's better than the alternative, but we don't talk about it, and we just stress the chemistry, the unity, and getting better in everything that we do because we've still got some young players that need some more game experience, and they're fixing to get it against Riverdale on Friday night.
Coach, you guys finished up 7-3 in the regular season last year, got on a roll, made it to the 6A finals, finished up 11-4. And I asked you about this a few weeks ago. What kind of confidence does a season like that build for a team like this?
I think expectation would be a good word as well, because they know when they come in here that we've got something that we need to get done that particular day. And so hopefully they hold each other accountable, and that translates to the practice field. And so hopefully they understand, hey, we gotta work hard here. You know, our coaches and our community and our students expect us to do well and represent all of these different phases of our school community. So I think it's a great thing, but expectation would be the thing that I guess our players need to realize.
Coach, we've talked about the offense, but the defense playing really well as well. They're giving up about 12 points a game. You mentioned Riverdale running the wing T offense, something that you run. How much does it help your defense seeing the wing T every day in practice to prepare for a team like Riverdale?
Well, I mean, Coach Adelot and his staff do an outstanding job, and so hopefully, you know, both sides having some familiarity with what, you know, each other do on offense will be helpful. I hope that our kids will continue to get better. We've got I want to say 5 sophomore defensive linemen. And so those guys, it's real important that they get the quality snaps. And they've been getting better, but we've still got some growing pains. And so in the box, we've still got some things that we need to improve on, just like, you know, especially consistency, you know, when we kick and we protect and all that. So I would say defense requires some improvement on our part and being more consistent in our specialty teams.
Well, we're right here live in the Iron Bunker. This is the place where all the commandos, they get it in before tough contests like we know they're going to have against Riverdale. Special thank you to Coach Bruce Hatfield for letting us bombard him on his day. And of course, starting off the maiden voyage of Players Prep, right guys?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, good luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed doing it. Appreciate you being here, Coach.
Also, though, I mean, recruiting has just changed so much because in the fall, they're looking at juniors for the most part because so many guys are committed or in the decision-making process right now. They're looking at 15s and 16s right now. I mean, 16s and 17s at this point. Yeah,
I mean, they start recruiting so young. these
it's
days.
crazy how much the cycle has evolved, and it's taken high school coaches out of it, like you said, to a degree.
To some degree, yeah.
I wrote a blog about an article I saw, and it was featuring middle school All-Americans. I thought that this is ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
You're already putting the pressures on kids that barely are into their pubescent years,
Yep.
you know, trying to treat them like they're seniors in high school, about to put on the hat, you know, on National Intent Day. Is
and
that too young?
Not only that, but
Absolutely.
you don't know which of those kids is going to continue to develop and which ones are going to level out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got USC offering 13-year-old quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Well, that was Kiffin.
come on, man.
It's a tough situation for players and parents and coaches to be in. You know, you always want to be honest with parents and say, this is what we realistically think that your son can do and the level that he can play at. And then, you know, as a coach, you always get kind of frustrated because you want, you know, your college coaches to be honest and upfront with you so you can let the kid know where they stand. And at the same time, you're selling, hey, it's teamwork. Your team does good. You're going to get an opportunity. And we're always hopeful that they do get a chance.